Hi, welcome another week. Today we are starting with the third module about big data. Today we will have a brief introduction about what's big data and what should you expect about this module. Okay, and then we will introduce also what's big data exactly. Okay, so let's start with this module introduction. Well, the learning objectives or learning outcomes this module are four. Okay, one lesson will be covering each learning objective, and there will be like three, four videos for each lesson in order to acquire the knowledge. Okay? So the first learning objective is to understand the definition, components, and features of big data analysis. Then the second one is to learn techniques for collecting data from different sources and perform an ETL process, extract, transform, and load. Then the next one is to discover data visualization tools and learn to identify patterns and extract insights. And the fourth learning objective is to develop action plans based on data and establish evaluation methodologies. As we discussed in the first module, in the digitalization module, we saw the key technologies that are related to digitalization, and one of them was Internet of Things. Okay, Internet of Things mean that we try that every machine, device, appliance, and even cars and several technologies are connected to internet and is generating data exponentially. Okay, so in this scenario, the questions that we would like to answer in this lesson are: how do we choose the right data to analyze? How can we check if it's trustful or not, if it's reliable or not? Which tools do we need to analyze them? How is the process of generating insights and action plans? And we will have four different lessons. The first one is about data sources. Then we'll have another lesson about ETL process, visualization, and the last one is about generating or extracting insights and moving to action into an action plan. Let's introduce the first lesson. The learning objective, as I told you before, is understanding the definition, components, and features of big data analysis. So here we will learn the main concepts and key aspects of the data sets. Okay, and we will focus on four videos. We'll have four videos. The first one is about identifying data sources. Okay, then uh, check or verification if it's true or false data, or if it's real or if it's synthetic. Then how to digitize paper-based data or legacy systems data. Okay, and then how to consolidate and put every data together in a data warehouse or a data lake in order to have everything on the same place. Okay? Well, but first, before starting with that, let's comment, let's clarify what's big data. Okay, so big data, it's an extremely large and complex data set that cannot be managed, processed, or analyzed with traditional data processing tools. Okay, we cannot use, or we could, but it would be slower and not as powerful as big data prepared tools. We could do a simple analysis or some complex analysis with Excel or other tools. But at some point, the data sets are so huge and complex that cannot be managed. Okay, so here you have two different graphs. One of them is about the data growth. So data is being generated as a growth rate of more than 22% per year. Okay, and just 20% of it it's structured data. 80% it's unstructured data, which cannot be handled with conventional softwares. Okay, but the big data tools are prepared to deal with them. Okay, and it's in the right side you can see another graphic that since the artificial intelligence has arisen, in order to train the models, we are generating synthetic data, okay, or fake data that simulates real data, okay, or emulates it to create different patterns and to apply machine learning techniques in order to train the artificial intelligences. Okay, nowadays it's maybe 10%, 5% of the total data in that is generated is synthetic. Okay, but it's expected that in the next 5 to 10 years, it could be almost 70% of synthetic data, which is in artificial intelligence models. Okay, this is a bit scary because we are using fake data in order to train the models, and this could be quite difficult to handle after. Okay, but let's start with the first video of this lesson. See you there. Thanks.